treated us terribly. They came for my children and me in the night. The Burundians saved us and brought us back to Senegal. I pray that God brings peace to that country because we live in harmony with those people. Right now, it's very dangerous. We want the government to bring home all the Senegalese who are still there, all the Senegalese and their belongings.
In just 3 days, nearly half of the 750 Senegalese residing in the Central African Republic have been repatriated. They are fleeing the deadly combats between Muslim and Christian factions, which have plunged the country into chaos. The Senegalese government has promised to help repatriate any Senegalese wishing to return home.
Today, we are registering all the families here. This will permit them, first of all, to enroll their children in preschool. As for these women, I have told them that they are Senegalese, and so they have a right to financial aid, which is being offered to them, as well as job training.
Senegal's Minister of the Interior says that jobs will be found for the repatriated. In the meantime, the Ministry of Health will offer families psychological counseling.
Egypt has been gripped by another round of clashes between supporters of the banned Muslim Brotherhood and police. Reports say 17 people died in Friday's rioting, and DR Congo pays homage to Colonel Mamadou Mustafa Ndala, who was killed after his convoy was attacked by unknown assailants. Colonel Ndala has been credited with the defeat of the M23 rebels in eastern Congo. We have details of those stories and others in this report.
On Friday, at least 17 people were killed in clashes between Muslim Brotherhood supporters and the military-backed government in protest across Egypt. Police also arrested 258 suspected protesters. The Brotherhood is demanding that ex-President Mohamed Morsi be reinstated. He was deposed in July. On Saturday, Tunisia's National Constituent Assembly adopted Article 1 of the new constitution, which establishes Islam as its religion but rejects the Quran as being the main source of law. The article was adopted by 146 votes out of the 149 ballots cast. Lawmakers must now iron out other amendments. The constitution is supposed to be adopted by January 14th. Opposition and ruling party deputies in the Democratic Republic of Congo came together on Saturday to pay their final respects to Colonel Mamadou Mustafa Ndala. Ndala was killed in an ambush in the east of the country on Thursday.
I fear that his principal role in the victory over the M23 rebels is what led to his death. It's clear that Uganda and Rwanda could be behind this attack, especially since the colonel succeeded in driving the ADF Nalu rebels out of Kamengo. So revenge on him could be used to demoralize our troops.
Colonel Mamadou Mustafa Ndala helped secure the defeat of the M23 rebel group in November.
At least 60 polling booths have been set on fire in the latest violence ahead of Sunday's disputed elections in Bangladesh. More than 100 people have lost their lives in the run-up to the vote, which the main opposition is boycotting. With the election's legitimacy in doubt, both the European Union and the United States have refused to send monitors. We have details in this report.
Tense in the Bangladeshi capital Dhaka. The opposition says the election is a farce and has launched a two-day strike in protest. Scores of polling stations were set alight overnight. Security is tight as preparations for Sunday's election continues.
I've come here to collect ballot boxes, ballot papers and other accessories for the national elections with the help of government officials and law enforcers.
The protests began after the government refused to appoint a caretaker administration to oversee the election, breaking with a tradition that is designed to prevent vote rigging. More than 20 opposition parties are now boycotting the polls. That means most of the candidates are from the governing Awami League, leaving the election result a foregone conclusion.
The government has created the current problem. They've taken advantage of their parliamentary majority to amend the constitution and get rid of the caretaker government system. They've created this crisis.
The run-up to Sunday's election has been dominated by bloody street clashes. Last year, at least 275 people were killed in political violence in Bangladesh. The boycott of this weekend's polls threatens to plunge the country into an even deeper crisis.
We now take our second break. The news continues in just a moment. Welcome back. And before we end this edition of the news, a recap of our top stories. Staff members of the Gambia Ports Authority have converged on Kanilai for a stock-taking retreat on performance management and monitoring. The Ministry of Agriculture has stepped up efforts to increase food production with a series of training programs meant to improve the knowledge level of rural farmers. Senegal has repatriated hundreds of its nationals from war-torn Central African Republic amid fears of reprisal attacks on foreigners. And the opposition rioters in Bangladesh have touched more than 60 polling booths ahead of Sunday's disputed elections. That was all in this edition of the news. Thanks for your time, and on behalf of the news team, it's a good night from us. Until then, I am Fatou Janembe.
This is a story of three young ladies who were born and bred in the same neighborhood, but their desire for life varies. It all started after Janki, who fell in love with a boy in the village.
The place garden. Okay, can you please give me the direction of your house? Directly opposite the Alfredo School.
Brought him to the city in search of better life.
Okay, so you want to kill me? This one asked me to go and take bath with that boiling water.
The girl fought tooth and nail to get him after they once called him an idiot and a village boy.
You want to tell us this primitive village boy? He is the man I chose. He doesn't love me. I have to go. I have to die.
Janky, I'm just sorry. You will not love to see or hear about this, but it's all that I can do.
Let's find out who wins his heart. Watch out for The Boy Is Mine. Sponsors invited.